Man, I want to tell people about Glitch, but I also want to be entirely truthful about the product, but make it seem interesting. So how do I do that? I mean, I could tell them that Glitch is one of the best energy drinks I've ever had, but that just sounds lame. I mean, I could tell them that it's one of the healthiest energy drinks on the market, but people don't care about health. Oh, I know. I could tell them that there's a fox as a logo. Foxes are lame. Maybe if it had an eye patch, it was a bird, but yeah, I don't know. Dude, maybe I should lie. Maybe I should just tell them that if you drink enough Glitch, you'll be able to fly or something like that. No, I don't want to lie. Man, what do I do?
5 minutes later.
If you drink enough Glitch, you'll be able to fly. Yeah, I know. I don't know how Glitch figured it out, but yeah, you could fly. Yeah. All you have to do is go on glitchenergy.com and use my code Lurr to get 20% off at checkout. Hey guys, Larry here, and for today's video, I want to talk about the 5 players I currently believe are the best in the world in competitive Ultimate in order. Just to specify, I'm basing this solely on events that have happened from the beginning of 2023 up until now. When ranking it, I'm considering how big the event was attendance-wise, how stacked the event was, and the players' wins and losses. This is only my opinion and is by no means an official rankings or anything like that. Before I get into it, let me know in the comments who you think are the top 5 best players in the world, and of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps me out a ton. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so for the number 5 spot, I'm going to be completely honest and say this was by far the hardest spot for me to pick. I feel like there's more players than people think currently that have a really good argument to be top 5 in the world. I managed to dwindle that number down to about 4 players: Sonics, Riddles, Light, and Mia. If you think there's someone else that is deserving of the number 5 spot that I didn't list, I can guarantee you I probably considered them, but removed them for one reason or another. So I'm going to break down each player's argument for the 5th spot. First one is Light, and this year he's been overall really solid. He won Level Up Expo, beating both Tweak and Sonics. This guy went on Spargo at Genesis 9, and his worst placement currently is 9th. Light's biggest issue in my opinion is just lack of tournament attendance. The events he's gone to he's done well at, but he's only been to 3 super major events so far. Someone else who is in a similar boat is Sonics. He too has only been to 3 super major events, which funny enough are all the same 3 events that Light has attended. Despite not winning any of those events, he has the most consistent placements of any of the 4 players, not dropping below 5th place. Like Light, he also has a win on Spargo at Genesis 9 and has taken a set off of MKLeo at Let's Make Big Moves. Mia, on the other hand, has the lowest placement of the 4, getting 49th at Kagurabi 9, but he's also attended the most events and has won more than the others. Most notably, Meisuma 11, where he won taking a set off of Akola. Riddles has entered the 2nd most major events and has the 2nd lowest placement, getting 33rd at Genesis 9. While he hasn't won as many events as Mia, he's taken more sets off of the top 5 players, beating MKLeo twice, as well as Spargo, and out of the 4 players, he won the most stacked event, Collision 2023. Whoever you put at 5th, I think it just depends on what you value the most. I think despite his low placement at Genesis 9, I would put Riddles at 5th mainly due to his win at Collision and his wins on Spargo and Leo. Also, considering how many big events he's been going to outside of Genesis, he's been fairly consistent. Number 4 is MKLeo, which might shock a lot of people since he has been the undeniable number 1 player since the start of competitive Ultimate. Although he has won arguably the most stacked tournament of the year, Genesis 9, his results aside from that have not reflected what he's done in the previous seasons. Outside of Genesis 9, he hasn't won another event this year so far. Even more out of character for him is that there are 2 major events, Ultimate Summit 6 and Collision 2023, where he placed outside of top 8, getting 9th. Another factor into why I have him ranked 4th and not any higher is that he currently has a losing record this year to the other 3 players I have ranked above him. This just goes to show you how incredible this man's legacy is in Ultimate. His results are not bad by any means, and it was only a matter of time before people started to catch up to him and give him considerably more trouble than he's had previously. He just needs to win 1 or 2 huge events and he can easily make an argument for the number 1 rank again. Number 3 on this list, I have Tweak. Tweak has been incredibly consistent, not placing below 7th at any event he's been at. Tweak also won Let's Make Big Moves 2023, which was one of the most stacked events of the year, beating Riddles, MKLeo, and Spargo twice. The reason I have Tweak at number 3 and not any higher is that despite his consistency, the other two players have won events that are, in my opinion, noticeably more sacked than him. I feel like that's more impactful considering the other two's lower placements are equal or slightly worse than his. I think if he can keep up this level of consistency and just win one or two huge events over the others, like Leo, he can easily have an argument for being number 1 this season. Alright, before I get into the number 2 ranked, I just want to point out how ridiculously close 1 through 4 are in terms of actually taking the number 1 rank. Even 5 and lower are still pretty close and just need, I would say, an additional big tournament win compared to the others. Their level of consistency has been absolutely insane, and I would not be surprised if this year's official rankings end up being by far the most competitive ranking in Ultimate's competitive life. Alright, now to get into number 2. I have a feeling this and my number 5 rank is probably where people are going to be upset with me in the comments, but for number 2 I have Spargo. Like MKLeo, Spargo has won arguably the most stacked event so far, Kagurabi 10. Even though he won Kagurabi 10 and he has the best head-to-head record against Akola, the reason why I have Spargo at number 2 and not number 1 is that he has very slightly worse losses and placements compared to Akola. I will get more into it when I talk about Akola, but what I will say is if you have Spargo over Akola, I completely understand. I personally think you can go either way with whoever you pick at the moment. The number 1 player in my opinion has officially shifted over to not only another country, but another continent. The reason why I have Akola at number 1 comes down to him not only having multiple major tournament wins under his belt, but just how insanely consistent he's been. So although Akola hasn't won the most stacked event in my opinion, he has won the event that has had the most attendance so far, which is Kagurabi 9, having about 1250 entrants. He's also won multiple Japanese super majors, and as we've seen from other out-of-country players attending Japanese tournaments, this is not an easy feat. He also got a big win at Ultimate Summit 6, which had the other 4 players I have on this list in attendance. Like Tweak, Akola hasn't placed lower than 7th at any major event he's attended. He did get 9th at Tokyo Smash Bootcamp, but to my knowledge, he didn't take this event as seriously as the other events he's gone to because it didn't count for any official rankings, so he used the secondaries for most of the tournament. I wanted to bring it up because I figured I'd get comments about it and I just wanted to address it here. One other thing to bring up regarding Akola's phenomenal consistency is that as of the making of this video, he has not lost to a single player that is ranked lower than 40th on the ult ranking so far. No other player in the top 10 of the ult ranking can say that. Also, if you don't know what the ult ranking is, it's basically the replacement of the PGR in case you were wondering. But yeah, overall, Akola has multiple super major wins under his belt and an unrivaled consistency. This can easily change though with Battle of BC 5 around the corner, as well as other super major events happening. This is such a close race between who is going to be ranked number 1, and I'm excited to see who ends up on top at the end of the ranking period. Who do you guys think is going to be? Let me know in the comments, and also once again, drop a like and sub to the channel if you enjoy the content. That's it for me, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.